guys, Brian Beyer here with Droptine Hollow out in the southwest corner of Wisconsin. What you're looking at here is about 2 acres carved out of a CRP field where we really wanted to set it up so it would be very huntable from a whitetail perspective. So what we've done is run, major beans through the high side of the field. Then we stripped it out with some corn so that as the deer come out into the field, they can't eyeball the whole field at one time. Along the bottom side of that, you're going to see the mass builder clover chicory blend running along the side of that. So that creates a good corridor for the scrape line to be created for the deer. Right on the point down there, we'll put in a rubbing pole that becomes a focal point of the area. We've got water right off into the timber, which will allow them to travel, from the bedding to the water to the food. It really makes for a great transition area. And it also creates some seclusion back here with, we got a good growing year with the corn growing tall. The CRP also provides bedding and fawning and really made everything come together quite nicely back there. Also, with the mass builder along the bottom, helps the erosion. So we got a good thing going back there and to see good numbers of deer in that area. Well, what you got here is really the ultimate deer smorgasbord is what we've tried to create in this contour. You can see you've got beans with some corn interwoven there, and then also the mass builder here that we're standing in. To start off with, the mass builder with that clover chicory blend really provides year-round forage for them other than the winter season. And you can see this plot right here is so plush, and it's been maintained just by mowing. Mid-July already, we've clipped it 4 times this year, but really keeps the regeneration going. Makes that chicory avoid that bitter taste that the deer will avoid, and just really keeps everything fresh and growing. You can see within the contour, we've tried to create some screen here, but we've also tried to provide, deer with forage in different seasons, so that when they're on the beans, leaves, and when they're green yet, they've got plenty of forage there. They get off of that as the beans, start to brown. They move into the mass builder. Really trying to set it up then on through, the whole hunting season. So we've got a variety of options for the deer, and also some seclusion here with, the big wall of CRP. They're going to not only bed in there, but come off of, the funnels in the woods, but really sets up nice to bring everything together to the point there where we've got a pinch point that really makes a great stand location to pinch those big bucks.
Yeah, it sounds good, and this is just about a perfect example of what I would recommend with the scrape line. You get the different feed for throughout the season, because once again, nutrition is a 365-day a year, and so many people just focus on the fall, and right here is a place where they're looking at, everything that they can do throughout the season.
We looked earlier at a field that was a mass builder field, and it, chicory with clover. But it was lacking in chicory a little bit this time of year. And we came up here and we noticed that the chicory, a lot more lush, a lot more full. And the reason for that is I frost seeded this field this last winter with about 10 pounds of chicory. And as you can see, it filled in great. And it took up any of the open spots that the deer might have overgrazed. And we got new chicory because of it. So that's a really good example of going in March, maybe April, and just laying down and overseeding to fill in the spots that are bare, and you're gonna benefit from it in the first year.
And that's a great little point that you made there. In my experience in grazing is a lot of the customers, the farmers, will always put seed out every year. So some people will say, hey, I can only get my clover fields the last 3 years. You can get your clover fields to last as many years as you want if you clip them. Stay in control of the weeds through natural clipping, a little bit of chemical control if need be, but spin some extra clover. I have an overseed mix that works great, some extra chicory, or even overseeding the mass builder, and just spin an extra, it might only be a pound or 2 or 3 pounds of seed per acre, just in the spots that got to be a little bit thinner because of Mother Nature or from deer, and just look behind you like how nice and thick and green and lush it is. One last little point. When you have a thick, dense stand, you tend to have better quality forages. The stems tend to be finer, lower in lignin, more digestible, higher in minerals, higher in protein. So besides smothering weeds naturally by overseeding with extra chicory, you're actually increasing the nutrition quality per acre or whatever amount of land you got in your food plot.